Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Christy Brinkley believes magic dirt may have saved her life in near-fatal 1994 helicopter crash. There is not a day that goes by that Christy Brinkley is not thankful to be alive after a ski adventure nearly killed her 31 years ago. In 1994, the model, then 40, embarked on a heli-skiing tour in the San Juan mountain range of Colorado with 5 other people, People magazine reported. During the flight, the helicopter took an unexpected sharp turn before making an abrupt plunge. Brinkley wrote about the near-fatal accident in her new memoir, Uptown Girl. "I think that this world is full of magic and miracles," the now 71-year-old told Fox News Digital. The star noted that during the flight, she was carrying dirt from Chimayo, New Mexico, which is said to hold healing properties. The area is known as one of the most visited holy sites in America and is described as the most important Catholic pilgrimage center in the United States. Brinkley wrote that she visited Chimayo 2 weeks before the crash. "I went to the Santuario de Chimayo, north of Santa Fe, and fell in love with the hope and miracles emanating from that tiny sanctuary tucked into the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, where the Pueblo Indians believe the golden soil inside can protect anyone who touches it," she wrote in an excerpt obtained by Fox News Digital. Brinkley told Fox News Digital that before she got into the helicopter, she had a bad feeling that day. Worried, she sprinkled a little bit of dirt from Chimayo on the chopper. "I said, 'Oh magic dirt, do your stuff, take good care of all of us on this helicopter this day,'" she recalled. "I should have said, 'Also, keep the helicopter in the air.' But I do believe in miracles. Maybe it was a miracle of Chimayo. Maybe it was pure luck. During the crash, there were a lot of sections where it could have ended it. But we kept escaping each step. It was a pretty miraculous survival story." The helicopter struck the side of a mountain, People magazine reported. Brinkley wrote that the force was so powerful that the cabin was ripped into 2. "The crash was sudden and traumatic, coming out of nowhere," she wrote. "We had already taken 2 runs and were circling to land for a third, on the saddle of a faraway peak, when the helicopter just fell from the sky, plunging into a freefall from 300 feet overhead, with no auto-rotation. Suddenly, it became crystal clear that the only thing that really mattered in life and at death was the same. Love," wrote Brinkley. "I focused on my daughter Alexa Ray, holding her pure in my thoughts and hoping to project all my heart and soul to her so she would feel it at the very moment of impact. Through all the noise and the sickening smell of engine fuel and grease, I suddenly realized that I was still alive. I hadn't died on impact, and I kept repeating Alex Ray's name like a mantra, praying that I wouldn't feel the helicopter blades when they sliced through my neck." Brinkley wrote that everyone in the helicopter had walloped, whacked, twisted, and ricocheted across the saddle of that mountain in that terrible tilt-a-whirl of a helicopter cabin. "They began rolling and tumbling after they were no longer bouncing around. Everything else around me went airborne," she wrote. "I tried to grab onto something, a seat, a railing, anything, but my entire body felt pinned down, restrained by a force I couldn't see or stop. Overwhelmed, I closed my eyes and waited to faint, still hoping I wouldn't feel the blades when they cut into my neck. But then the rolling stopped, the wrecked tips of the rotor blades digging into the mountain as we started to slide. When Brinkley opened her eyes, she found herself outside the helicopter. She then felt a tug on her leg. Her seat belt had wrapped itself around her ski boot. Still attached to the wreckage, Brinkley said she was dragged down a mountain, toward a sheer granite cliff. "If the wrecked helicopter tumbled over that cliff, I would be going with it," she wrote. "So that's what's going to kill me." A seat belt strap tangled around my boot. But then, only feet away from the cliff, the helicopter stopped sliding, immobilized by a white wall of snow that had mythically, magically, and wonderfully piled up underneath it. No one in the group perished. According to People magazine, rescue helicopters arrived within an hour to help. Everyone was transported to Telluride Medical Center. While Brinkley was vacationing in Telluride with Alexa Ray Joel, then 8, the child was not in the helicopter, the outlet noted. Brinkley's husband at the time, Billy Joel, was also away in Chicago on tour. According to Brinkley's book, investigators later told the press they were stunned that anyone made it out alive. They called the group's survival nothing short of a miracle. While Brinkley survived, she later struggled with PTSD from the shock of the crash. "Every time I held Alexa in my arms, I felt like